I don't know what's happening anymore, dude. I just work here. How's it going, peoples? If you are indeed peoples. I don't know what's happening anymore, dude. I just work here. Hey, I hear my own voice. Let's go. We're hosting the Enticity Gold and Silver tournament today, which I am silver, I believe. Yeah, I'm silver, because I don't know, reasons. But we're fighting. We're going to do some good stuff. I could show you the bracket. All right. Dr. Jellyfish, No Cane, No Gain, Pug No Bone, RTK Kafka, Papa Palpatine, myself, and ODM AC Maiden. Really good roster today, actually. A lot of good players. And I got Papa Palpatine first round, so that's not looking ideal for myself. How does this work? Pick band, pick two. Okay. 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 That works. That works for me. Anyway. We will be casting all the way through to the finals. It shifted over slightly, so I'm just going to change this title to finals. Hey, go back. Stop being a dingus. So why I'm not having people wait for me in semifinals is because since I am playing in this, whoever wins between me and Papa Palpatine, I'll just follow them up, cast the game between them, and then follow them up to the finals. 3 best of 3s is about the length of a stream we want today. And the other semifinal won't have to wait on us. So when I'm not playing in them, I usually cast both semifinals and the finals to get 3 best of 3s. But since I'm playing, it's a little different. All right, Papa Palpatine's been waiting for us, so I am going to actually refocus up and get back over there. What up? Chaos and Skaven. The map is Carrick Asgal, is that correct? Ooh, it is. Gross. Okay, just take my charger out of it, please. Thank you. Chaos and Skaven. I know it's good against Skaven, but are any of those things good against Chaos as well? Wood Elves? I feel like Wood Elves would be the best choice here, but I don't really play Wood Elves. So while it might be on paper the best choice, if I don't play it, it's probably not a good idea to try to learn it in a tournament, huh? Then I'm still protagonist man, so I'll just leave that alone. Greenskins can be good versus both. I'll go Dark Elves. Let's do that. Dark Elves. I have a plan. I have a scheme. Many scheme plans. How's everybody doing today? Today's going to be a weird time. Play VC. Ah, neckbet, you're right. Damn it. I should have done that. Well, poop. You're right, though. I should have. Hey, chat. Hey, for Poland. What up, dude? What up? You and I played a very good best of 2, and then I had to leave. So the third game, we just did a Norse mirror. That was pretty silly. But, yeah. It was good stuff. Scavino. Scavino. Alright, Marathi. Oh, chat. Since it's actually a tournament that I do want to win and I am being competitive, I am going to not announce my build. And I'm actually going to move the screen blocker up to block my army. Because usually I don't use a screen blocker because I just want to have some fun and talk to chat. But when I actually want to win, just in case there's stream sniping. Not that I think Papa Palpatine would, but it's good. It's good practice. AC Maiden, I did win the Norse Mirror, but it was pretty cheesy. I just took Skin Wolves and Mammoths and sprinted at for Poland, and he took a balanced build. And balance did not win the day. Okay. So, we're gonna do this. Gonna do this. Oh, chat. Did you enjoy your Empire build? Dude, your Empire build was really, really tough to deal with. I was in the RTK Discord, and they were telling me all the things I messed up about fighting you. But it was a good build. It was a very Dwarven Empire build. It was very silly. Okay, I have what I mainly wanted. But what else do I want? That... yeah, for Poland can tell you if he wants to. I'm not going to reveal his build if he doesn't want it revealed. Okay. What are we doing? We got to focus up, everybody. Are those even good? Is this remotely a good idea? Probably not. One, two, three, four, five. Ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam, ba-da-bam-bam-bam, ba-dam-bam. Okay, okay. What else do I need? I need stuff. I need things. Those are good. Why is everything on the Dark Elf roster so freaking expensive? That's not ideal. He's already ready. Take some of those. Ooh, yes, actually those would be very good. Get rid of you, trade you for the... Why? Why is everything so expensive? Dark Elves. You disappoint me for the last time, Dark Elves. What's the map? Carrick Asgal? Okay. Cool. 600. Why so expensive? I'll just get another of these. That's fine. That's fine. This is a fine build. Wait, what did he say to me? Perfect spend, let's go. Well, I have 18 gold left, so... Chia. Alright, now that Papa... And again, not accusing him of cheating in any way, but when I'm actually trying hard, I should block my army. Now that he can't change his army at all, we can talk about it. I'm going to try the Double Hydra versus Skaven, because if they don't bring... if they don't bring enough single entity killing power, which actually is very possible with Skaven versus Dark Elves, the Double Hydra can be a surprising pick. You know? Like if they don't have the Teeth Breakers Rattling Guns or something. Because if you have one Warp Lightning Cannon, I can try to dodge it, and even if I can't dodge it perfectly, I do have regen. So maybe. Maybe. Anyway, I think I started this sentence and then forgot it like half an hour ago, but we do have the Dwarf interview today with Umais and Logic. Its time is a little up in the air because of me playing and hosting this tournament with Enticity. But whenever this is done, I will give myself about 30 minutes, and then I will sprint off to interview Logic and Umais about dwarves. And it should be a lot of fun. We had 128 questions, and after combining similar ones, we got down to like 112. So it's still a lot of questions about the dwarves. Hydras have 30% missile resist. I didn't even know that. They have 35. Haha, we were both wrong. Alright, Soul Stealer from those lads. And other than that, it's a pretty straightforward rush build. I'm going to put Marathi in the trees just so she doesn't take free fire while I advance. Alright, you. Witch Elves, left flank, right flank, front line. Let's do this. I should have gone Vampire Counts, though. Damn it, Neckbet. Why weren't you here to help me earlier? In this competitive format where I will rely on chat to save me from common mistakes. Though actually, I was playing a guy I've never played before on Ent Ladder the other day. I'd never seen his face, but he played really, really well. And he took Chaos into my Vampire Counts, and he took double Giant Sigvald, and I actually lost that pretty badly, because I just couldn't kill it all. There were so many big single entities. Dwarves are short, one question answered. Dude, you wouldn't believe how many questions were about box builds or corner camping. There is strong negative feelings about the dwarves in in this ecosystem. Word of Pain. I didn't even know Slaanesha's Harvesters have Word of Pain. I've never used them. I just took them for the extra Soul Stealer this time. Alright, let's dance. Double Warp Fire Thrower. 1 Warp Lightning Cannon, Morse Guitar's Hellion Mutant Rat Ogre, Gracian of Ruin with Dreaded 13th, Warp Lightning, and Howling Warp Gale. Okay. I don't hate my chances. I don't hate my chances. Dark Riders, take a longer flank, please. Slaanesha's Harvesters, don't run straight into a Warp Lightning Cannon. I will call for you later. Other than that... Dodge, 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 dodge! Damn it. Dodge, 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 dodge! Ah! 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 Get behind that rock. I'll return for you when I need you. Other than that, we're getting to the front line largely uncontested. Which is good. Ah, we have Gutter Runners with Poison. Try to get an opportunistic breath attack on them, please. Other than that... Is he still shooting at the Slaanesha's Harvesters? Breath attack the Warp Fire Throwers. Already having a little bit of a hard time there for them. Okay, getting Rat Ogres in, which means we should get out. You guys keep coming. You guys are distracting Rat Ogres, so good for you. Soul Stealer that, please. Let's see how on point his micro is at the moment, but it's Palpatine, so it's probably pretty good. Yep, it's pretty good. But we do need to still get in here, so too bad. Slaanesha's Harvesters here yet? Yeah, they are. Let's give us another Soul Stealer right there. Charge in. Pull you out. Charge in Dark Riders to secure your escape. You are back, and we'll have your breath attack up soon. So that's good. Word of Pain, this guy. And yeah, Climb Vulcan Tail Slash is a decent target for that. Alright, if you can, please breath attack Morris Guitar's Hellion. You're running in. Which is all going pretty okay. Come back. Marathi moves. Soul Stealer. We are not doing great on the balance of power. Try to fire attack over there. Mostly a friendly fire breath attack. That's a big whoopsie. Right. Everybody's rallying. Come back. I don't really know where you guys are going to go, but try to run off some stuff, I guess. Alright. We fought off that assassin. You guys keep going that way. Wherever you are, if you can find that assassin, but you're probably going to break. Well, not break. You're probably going to lose sight of him before you get there. I don't have another Soul Stealer yet. Pretty far behind on the balance of power, and I tend to agree. Double Hydra did okay. Our infantry really got wrecked, even without Poison Wind, which is kind of a shame. Oh, your Soul Stealer got cancelled. Try again. Rude. Cancel my Soul Stealer a lot. Alright. 1,200 from Marath. The front line all got pretty hardcore wrecked. Oh, the Witch Elves got destroyed. Okay, so they were a mistake. Dark Riders didn't really do anything. Slender Sarvers didn't really do anything. Hydras kind of were the only other thing in this army that did anything. JG, thanks. It does look like it didn't work. I could not have deduced that. So I do think the double Hydra still did fine. The main problem was everything else sucked really bad. Like, the Witch Elves did way worse than I thought they ever would. I don't know how these guys only got 9 value when they were in the fight for that long. Because they were fighting stuff. I have no idea. GG, well played. Skaven Beastman would be my best pick too here. Because if he goes Beastman, then I'll just take the mirror. Probably. Alright, get the blocker up. Man, Witch Elves just did not do their thing. That makes me sad. They got dreaded 13th. Yeah, I thought the Rampage could be good for keeping stuff in a fight with the Hydras or something, but they just didn't. Even the other Witch Elves that were actually in the fight just didn't really get good value, so probably probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, this is good. So this is a build I got from Zero. Trying to think if I really need these Bestigors. They kind of generally just get wrecked whenever I use them. Could get more archers. Could get some Centaurs at all. I mean, having any Centaurs could be pretty good. What you do about Centaurs? There were no Globadiers, JG. You lie! You are a liar, sir. I have not tried the Wargore since the Tuskor nerfs. I have no idea if he's any good. Okay, so we cut a Bestigor. Beastigor. I mean, this build's worked for me before. Maybe I just shouldn't touch it. Maybe I should just accept the Bestigor. But I remember it never pays for itself. This is tricky. Hey, Rusty. I mean, I could get a Centaur and a dog. That's fine. I'd rather have that than a Bestigor. Every time I've used this build, my Bestigors just die. This is a good map for a Beastman mirror, though. L'Angui, super small. Just get it over with. You love to see it. Alright, BRB. I have returned! Finally, Skaven are winning on one of my streams. Hey! That's not nice. Skaven has my best win rate still. Silly Bowmore. Alright, we're into the game. What do we got? Very similar troop counts. Okay. But my one archer will carry the day. Ungors. I don't want to spread out too much in case he has the mobility advantage, so I will wait and see who has that before dedicating too much. Sentigors. Put you guys here, no need to reveal that I have Cav. Alright, Traderkin, caster over there. And this seems okay. You. Lump you guys together, you. Lump you guys together, you. Lump all of you together, and we're good. Alright, ready. Good luck, have fun. Not enough OP Centaur? Possibly. It's very possible that my OP Centaur amounts are too low. Okay. It's double Manticore, Jabberslythe, Harpies, Great Shaman. Huh. Okay. Shoot the Manticore, I guess. Let's just stay tight. Minotaurs, Jabberslythe, get over there. Summon spawn behind them. Kill those manticores. This is our chance. Alright, that could be huge if I can take out both of his manticores here. Alright, well, dogs and centaurs fight together. Hopefully we can win that then. Run around. Try to get on top of that Jabberslythe. You get back into melee to start recharging your thingy. Can we break these centaurs before the other centaurs arrive? Maybe not, but we'll try. Manticores are having a very bad time in here, which is good for us. Kind of surprised his centaurs are doing so well against mine. I wonder if they have great weapons, but I don't really have time to check right now. Jabberslythe beating down some stuff over here. Razor Gore's doing fine. I'll pull him back for just a second. Those manticores are having a bad day. I am shocked my Bray Shaman actually routed. That's a damn shame. Can you guys kill those centaurs, maybe? Oh, those chaos spawn faded. Lame. Ah, no, dog's lost. God, how did my centaurs lose against his centaurs so badly? He must have had chevrons? I don't know. Korok's Man Rippers get behind that thing. We lost our caster, which is a massive pain in the ass. Turn and fight. You're gonna get charged. Why can't I click on you? What the fuck? I can't click on that guy. Okay. He's dead to me. It's looking pretty bad. Losing our caster like that was some hot bullshit. And that was tough. God, how is this Jabberslife constantly getting out of here? Whatever, just charge back in here. That Jabberslife, man. It's made out of something else. Also I have a weird... Oh, that's his Chaos Spawn. Okay. Hard to tell. Yeah, that's GG. That's fucking... That's so sad. GG, well played. Sad me is sad. Largely did okay. I really don't know what happened back here. What the fuck? So how are we doing on the bracket? We're doing on Kafka or Pugnabone. Okay, let's watch that replay, because I'm confused. I have been losing a shit ton recently, though. I don't know why. It feels like... And I know this isn't true. Like I said, feels like for a reason. It feels like everybody else's lords can, like, slip out of anything. Like, I legitimately surrounded Gromlapons in Rat Ogres completely. Like, you couldn't even see him, and he just, like, rolled out of there. But then I take, like, Torix the Brass Bull, and he gets caught on an Empire Swordsman and can't move for most of the game, and then he dies, and it's like, well, that's sweet. There's a lot I want to look at. So he's just walking through my troops like it's nothing. That's annoying. What happened over here? How did this go so poorly? Centaurs, Centaurs. We have all the same stats. I take the charge. And they're just losing so bad. Why? Holy shit. And then I forget my dogs for like a little bit. And then I try to rear charge. Okay, come around. I'm trying to get in here before these Centaurs show up. So we get a rear charge with some dogs. And their leadership just doesn't move. Wait, getting attacked in the rear doesn't... There it is. Now it shifts a little bit, but it was very late. And they're kind of 1v2ing... They're 1v2ing my dogs and Centaurs. Okay, so that's some just bad RNG. That not much you can do about that. Now Chaos Spawn are beating up this Jabberslife that we can turn around and leave, I suppose. And that's what he does. Okay. Why did you break? That's another question I had. Because him breaking is huge. Wait, one of your Manticores paid for itself? That's more upsetting. Because I surrounded those bastards. Alright, that's the last question I have. The two questions I had was, how did my Centaurs and dogs lose the basic Centaurs? And then, what happened to my caster? So these guys are surrounded by Minotaurs with great weapons, Chaos Spawn, and Spear Infantry. They should not do very well. His leadership is 5, -9, 3, -18, 8, 8. He's terror routing, -7, -10. Okay, so he was just negative for barely enough time that he does get routed, and then Palpatine just falls him off the map. Alright. That makes sense. And now I'm curious about what you said about your Manticores actually getting value. Alright, this is the part where I was confused how the Jabberslife got out. So that's my Chaos Spawn. He's just pushing through my Razor Gores. Okay, Razor Gores are normally better at trapping up stuff, and that's why I was confused. Because I'm like, I swore I pathed my Razor Gores past him. Man, Jabberslives apparently just have amazing mass. Ugh. Good to know. Good to know. That's sad. Mass is wildly inconsistent in this game, though. I will say that. Because there are lords that are large, and them being large actually makes it really hard for them to path through stuff. And there are lords that aren't large, and they just can't do anything. Jabber like a bird. Yeah. Jeremy, that actually is a meta build. I stole that from Zero. It's a meta build. I did get rid of the other Bestigor herd because it doesn't frequently pay for itself, but I took Centaurs and Dogs to replace it. But yeah. Manticores are very balanced, obviously, I suppose. Is your next matchup yet? No, then I can work on this. So there's something I wanted to see. Vampire counts. Let's just give a Master Necromancer butt naked. Because we're just waiting on Papa Palpatine's opponent, Pugnabone or Kafka, to finish up. I got slapped in such a silly quick fashion that they are not quite ready for us yet, so we're gonna just play around. Alright, so Beastmen. Let's take a Jabberslythe, a Giant, and a Gorgon. And then a Beast Lord, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Alright, let's make a nice big blob. AI, stop being dumb. Group up. Ah, yes. Path all your zombies away. So I can't test what I want to test. Alright, so the Jabberslythe can move as quickly as it wants to at any point in time. God, look at it go. That's nuts. Alright, get out of here. I need to actually test something. Giant can walk through. Gorgon's attacking right now, so that's not really helping me. Ah, Gorgon's passing through. Did the Cav beta make it easier for big things to pass through infantry? Ah, now he's getting caught up a little bit. But he can still move okay. Yeah, they can move okay. Good, good. Because I'm trying to think, what about the Cav beta would have changed some of that stuff? Because I know the Dreadsaurian particularly had a hard time getting off of zombies before the patch. Alright, Kafka and Pug still playing. Dreadsaurian, then we'll take a red-crested skink chief on a Ripperdactyl, so he doesn't even have to worry about it. Ah, that's a shame. I am triggered. Triggered, I have lost. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, run. Wow, he is just booking it through him. Whee! That's definitely changed since the Cav beta. Whee! Look at him go! Whee! Whee! That's really funny. Whee! Okay, so there's been changes. That would explain some stuff. Infantry mass got nerfed, yeah. Yeah, when single entities get stuck, helps to zoom in and find the less obstructed path. That's true. I was trying to do a bunch of different things at once. Oh, yes, yes. AC Maiden, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be... Yes. This was to check on some stuff Because I'm not saying the Dreadsaurian should be stopped by zombies. It's just in my experience, before the Cav beta, my muscle memory from playing this game was, don't charge like a Stegodon into Empire Spearman because he'll get caught and won't be able to move at all. That kind of thing. So it's just that muscle memory is changing. Now test a dragon? I will test a dragon after the Green Knight. Pugnabone and Kafka are still playing for anybody who is tuning in and out and they're like, what the hell is he doing? I'm just waiting on Papa Palpatine's opponent. Papa Palpatine will be playing either Pugnabone or RTK Kafka, depending on who wins that best of 3. Boom! You see, there's a massive difference. Okay, because the Green Knight still can't get through fucking anything. Oi. And this is on 3 times speed, so this is the regular speed. Alright. People want a dragon? Dragon. I don't know why it took me so long to think of what faction had a dragon. We'll take Imric. Imric deserves some time in the sun. Alright. The wagon! Characters on Pegasus still the most frustrating? Yeah, I imagine they don't go anywhere. Alright, I gotta get on the ground or this game's gonna end. Alright, try to path, you big bastard. Oh, he gets... Oh, he goes nowhere! Again, this is 3 times speed. I'm walking through soup. Why? Walking through soup. Oh man, when I get out of here, you're gonna regret it. Okay. So not all the mass problems are fixed. Because I do think big monsters should be able to push through basic ass infantry, just because that makes sense. Like, I think that's fair. It's just wildly inconsistent. Alright, someone wanted me to do something. Lizardmen, characters on Pegasus. Yeah, they're pretty. Hold on. Does my Hell Pit still get stuck? I'll check Quotal after the Hell Pit. And then if Pugnabone and Kafka aren't ready, I don't know. I'll find some other way to entertain you people. Because if the Hell Pit gets stuck, that would explain why my thoughts... Well, not thoughts, but like... When a Jabberslife gets surrounded by Razor Gore herd, I'm like, you shouldn't be able to move at all, because Hell Pit usually can't. No, he looks like he's benefited from the Cav beta changes. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at that happy rat contraption. Yeah, he's happy as can be. Papa Palpatine, we can't have high elves being good. I think that's a good change. I think they should give it to the dragon as well. I could watch Jellyfish versus AC Maiden. Oh, they're up. Okay, I'll message them. I didn't think they'd be ready. Find tournament opponent. Dr. Jellyfish. Can I spectate? Alright, we'll get a game. Nice. Right after I test this Codal thing while they get a lobby figured out. Then we'll go watch some games. Alright, Quotal. Go for it. Whee! Yeah, he gets through infantry pretty good. Look at him go. I mean, technically, like, in the game, he's on the ground, but technically, looking at him, he's above them, so... Makes sense. Whee! Alright, we have a game. Time to go find the jellyfish. Umais versus Ent Ladder. Ludwig. Not seeing the game yet, unless I'm just being blind. Which is also possible. Which is also very possible. Maybe they're presuming I'm gonna host it. Nope. Okay, AC Maiden's got a lobby up. Though no spectator slots. Maiden. What secrets are you hiding that I cannot spectate? ODM trickery, perhaps? There was a period when everything could push through infantry, but it didn't work well, and thus we have this, and then you change in game 3 of them adding wounds. Yeah. I do think giant monsters should be able to push through infantry, though, because it's like... Because if you compare it to yourself, right, it's like... If chihuahuas were nipping at your heels, could you not just walk over them? Like, in real life, yes, you would hurt the chihuahuas, and that's wrong. That's animal abuse. But I meant, like, physics-wise, you could just walk through the chihuahuas. Just saying. Yo. Alright, I'll change the names. This is a semi-final between Dr. Jellyfish and Odium AC Maiden. Odium AC Maiden. And then I believe it is Son of the Mountain, Dr. Jellyfish. Though his name is usually too long. Nope. Nope. Looks like the smaller font size we're doing okay. In case you can't see the lobby, I believe we are friends, so I will invite him. Alright, is the map correct? Are we all good? Carrick Boofdar, Gorgazon, and Cliff of Beasts. AC Maiden is first. Gotcha. My blocker's in place, right? Yep. Hi, Grace.
I'm gonna run errands and drop off my car and all that, so.
Okay.
And she has had lunch.
Is she a great and wonderful lady?
She's probably gonna need to go out soon. Finish. Do you want her in her kennel?
Maybe. I can check on her in between best of threes.
Okay, I'll put her in her kennel.
Becky. Alright. AC Maiden is going Wood Elves and Lizardmen. Good start. What could counter both of those? That's a tough one. Chihuahuas aren't animals, they are rat dogs. Rats and dogs are both animals, so I'm confused. I think walking through 100 Chihuahuas would be a different story. It depends on if they have teamwork. Hey, no gain, what up? Sharks, how's it going? How's it going? Dr. Jellyfish counterpick yet? Nope. I see you're a part of the 2-0 gang. Yeah, I faced Papa Palpatine. First game, my build didn't quite work out. Second game, I just got outplayed. Outplayed. Sag. Oh well. If I lost both games to bad builds, that would just feel bad. At least I had a fighting chance in one. Because that second game was winnable. Beastman games are always fast, so it might feel like, oh, you lost and the game was short. Well, it wasn't close. It's like, no, it was close. It's just quick. Because Beastman games. Because his caster didn't have... I mean, his caster had mana left, but his caster wasn't like a hard carry, so he maybe would have had trouble killing Morgar and that sort of stuff, but the Jabberslythe had enough health. If I had been able to pin it in at one point, because like at the very, very, very start of the game, you saw the Jabberslythe fight Minotaurs of Great Weapons for like literally 10 seconds, and it got down to half health or so, at like 2/3 half health. You know, so the Jabberslythe can go down very quickly if I could catch it. I just failed to catch it for a long time. And then my Koroks Manrippers, I think that's their name, the Bestigor ROR, was a little too isolated. They got picked apart. Yeah, they were misplays. My right flank was going really well. The left flank wasn't. But meh. I think if my caster hadn't routed, I would have stood a fighting chance, because maybe Traderkin could clear off some of his chaff, and then it'd be just his Jabberslythe and Lord versus Chaos Spawn and Morgar, and then maybe I could have won. But as soon as my guy routed, it was pretty GG. The Chad elites gave him bucks. That's funny. So we have a Tomb Kings pick. I think Wood Elves... Yeah, Wood Elves is the right pick here, and AC Maiden goes for it. I feel like this is good for Wood Elves, but I rarely see it, so maybe there's something I don't know. Lizardmen into Tomb Kings I think is very fun, but it's very... In my opinion, it's even. For Poland and I have played it a couple times, and we go back and forth. It's even. I like it from the Lizardman side because that's the side I know in the matchup. When I play the Tomb Kings, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah. I was talking to Ice Power a bit about it. It was a Beast Men Mirror without any Toruxes. Those are quite rare these days. Yeah. Yeah, that build... that Zero brought... Well, that's, the build I took is Zero's build. Koroks Manrippers can trade up against him okay. Minotaur's Great Weapons, if you get a surround, can deal with him pretty well. Chaos Spawn can do okay, but mostly it's about killing the entire army and then army-lossing Torax. It's really good for Tomb Kings both, says Bird. I disagree. I think the Lizardman one is even, but to each their own. Yeah, anyway, I was talking to Ice Power before the stream about some stuff, because I was practicing in the RTK Discord, and he hopped in and said hi for a bit. But yeah, man, we disagree about a lot of things, but one of the things we did agree about is, like, for some reason, there are days where you swear that, like, you'll run Chosen into Skaven Slaves, and the Skaven Slaves will win, and you just don't know why. And then if you just stop playing, take a couple days off, and come back, all of a sudden, like, just everything makes sense again, and units start performing how they should. You know? And it's happened to me throughout my entire life. Like, it's not just, Total War is bullshit, and all the units are broken, and I'm playing perfectly. It's like, obviously I'm doing something wrong. But, like, I was competitive in League of Legends, competitive in Overwatch for a while. I've played a lot of competitive games. There are times you're just like, League of Legends, you do your combo as, like, Jax into Fiora, and it does this much damage, and then one day you're tilted as fuck, and you don't know what you're doing wrong, but all of a sudden your combo just way less damage, and you're like, well, fuck me, I guess. Then, yeah. But like I said, if you usually take a break, you'll come back, and everything will feel fine. So it's just weird. It's like little micro mistakes you're making, but you don't know you're making, and everything, like, feels really bad. Like, all right, best example from earlier with Papa Palpatine, when I talked about his Centaurs charging my Centaurs, and my Centaurs lost, and then my dogs recharged him, and his Centaurs were kind of beating both of us. Like, it is unlucky. It is factually RNG, not my fault, that his Centaurs are beating my Centaurs. But what is my fault is how long it took me to get those dogs to flank, right? Because I was watching that replay a little bit earlier, and my dogs were sitting there forever. Like, I should have wrapped them around. I should have got a rear charge on much faster. And by the time I did, his other Centaurs were into support. So it's like, yeah, it's unlucky that his Centaurs are beating my Centaurs. But the way bigger problem was my fault for not microing those dogs fast enough, for leaving Korok's Man Rippers often in Nowhere's Land to get beat up by the Jabberslythe and the Lord and all that stuff. Like, you know, both can be true, is what I'm trying to say. Because I don't want someone to listen to that and be like, wow, what a little bitch. Can't accept that he just lost. It's like, no, I know. I'm just saying it also, it's like, it feels bad sometimes. The tilt is real. The tilt is wild, ladies and gentlemen. No chevrons, no. No, I checked. We had the same stats going into it. But like I said, like, one little case of RNG not going my way. The bigger problem was leaving that unit of dogs, not flanking him, just sitting there. But, boy, I have a good kitty. This is a very nice kitty. I suppose I could plug my camera in. I didn't feel like it, and now there's a beautiful kitty just on my lap having a good day. Oh, he's getting squitches. Maiden's army hasn't shifted in a long time, so I'm guessing he's about ready. Neither player has said they're ready, though. Dr. Jellyfish, I have no idea. I'm not the host of this lobby, so I can't tab over and see his army. Imagine having bad RNG. Dude, you want to talk about bad RNG? That video I made about the Green Knight versus Wolfheart. That shit was hilarious. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Wolfheart and Fisticuffs almost beating the Green Knight. That was so good. Real question for anybody in the chat, if you know how Luther Harkon, one of the reasons he was a good duelist back when he had like 20 million ammo, was he shot his pistol in melee combat at his opponent? Do witch hunters do that for the Empire? Do witch hunters do that, or are they... Because I feel like they're terrible duelists, but I just thought about that. I'm like, wait, shouldn't that make them actually pretty good? I don't know. All right, we're getting into the game. AC Maiden versus Son of the Mountains Dr. Jellyfish. As Maiden was talking about, they actually had this matchup in this tournament format 2 weeks ago. When last I was casting, they had the Beastmen versus Lizardmen game, and then I forget what, but I remember the second one was closer. We'll see if Dr. Jellyfish can 2-0 it again. 3 Skeleton Horse Archers, 2 Shopty Great Bow, one of which has a single chevron. 4 Skeleton Horse Archers. Skeleton Warriors across the front, just making sure none of them are Tomb Guards. It looks like 5-ish Chaff Infantry. 6, if you include those guys in the woods. What do we have? 3 Spears, 3 Skeleton Warriors, 3 Chariots. Looks like Cetra on his kitty cat. And a Lich Priest of Death as well, with Spirit Leech and Aspect of the Dread Knight for the magic damage against the Lost Sylvan Knights. But that's a lot of spells. Oh, no, it's not. These aren't spells. These are items. Okay, so he only has 3 spells across his army. That's fine. I thought he had 5, and that's like, you're not going to cast all those, my dude. On the other side for AC Maiden, we have Dryads, 4 of them. We have 4 Eternal Guard with Spears, 2 Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, the Winterheart Guards, the Unbreakable ROR, Glade Riders with Spears, looks like 4 of them. Sisters of Twilight in the sky, another Waystalker on the ground, and 1 Branch Wraith with Pendulum and Earthblood. I don't know how I feel. Don't know how I feel about this. I worry the Wood Elves don't have enough stopping power. I read they don't have enough stopping power with the only 2 Glade Guards with Starfire Shafts. If the Ushabti focus them down, then the Wood Elf roster could have a very tough time killing Cetra, killing the Ushabti Great Bows, and all that stuff. But then again, I mean, the Tomb Kings don't have a lot of front lines, so if the front lines slap together, surely the Wood Elves... This is a weird sentence. The Wood Elves will grind them down. I think shooting in combat is easier on a mount because the character isn't doing the combat animations and can shoot. I wonder if Necrosphinx will ever be given flight in Game 3 once things can toggle flight. They can fly in tabletop? That is completely new information to me. Yeah, toggling flying, by the way, I saw the news about that. I never mentioned it on stream. That is something I've wanted for a really long time. Toggling flying would be so good. So good. Alright, Sisters are doing some good damage here, it looks like, to Skeleton Chariots and to these Skirmish Cav. The Tomb King Skirmish Cav is having a pretty bad day. They are now pulling away. Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, as we mentioned, though, are going to be having a bit of a rough time getting shot by the Ushabti Great Bow. And these Glade Riders with Spears are going to pull up and start attacking these Skeleton Chariots. I wonder how well they'll do. I've never seen these guys fight. But they don't have really good AP. There is 80 armor, so I'm suspecting the Chariots will largely be okay. Sisters are getting Spirit Leech. That's a pretty good target. They do have some self-healing, but you're probably going to have to heal cap them. Anyway, Cetra's side charges on these Glade Riders with Spears, and he is doing good damage. But the Chariots for the Tomb Kings are suffering serious attrition damage. Cetra gets a nice, cheap, in narrows contation of protection off for some physical resist, but also to give his whole army a little bit of a pseudo-invocation of the heck because of his lore passive. Sisters of Twilight are up in the air, still shooting. Skeleton Chariots have taken a brunt of the damage recently, but the Ushabti Great Bow are still free and clear to fire. That being said, these Glade Guard are actually still very healthy, and it looks like these ones are going to fire over into this bunched-up Skirmish Cav, meaning their arrows cannot miss, and that'll do some good little poke damage. Cetra, on his Kitty Cat, is going to get on top of the Glade Guard, and it'll look like the Winterheart Guard need to get around them. A lot of Guard, Eternal, and Glade in this army. It's very hard to cast. Dryads are grinding down Skeleton Spearmen slowly but surely. Their leadership could be a little bit of a problem in some places we see with archery support really hurting their leadership in those parts. Glade Guard, Starfire Shaft in the back. Do need to turn and start firing at Cetra, but Cetra's taking a lot of damage from the combined efforts of the Winterheart Guard and the Sisters of Twilight. Ushabti Great Bow are both very healthy and have plenty of ammunition. That could be a big problem going into the later game. Winterheart Guard still poking down Cetra quite a lot. Looks like the Glade Riders with Spears are running in, both to chase down these Chariots and maybe pin in Cetra. Sisters, do you have your Conjoined Destiny? I hope so for your sake. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of Earthbloods you're going to need. Big Guard Starfire Shafts are firing. This could be a big turning point in the game. If Cetra actually does die there, that'll be doom for the Tomb Kings. We need some Earthbloods on the Sisters, or they need their Conjoined Destiny. They do have it. I wonder if they'll be able to get it off. Waystalker firing into Cetra's side, and the Ushabti Summon is going to hit those Glade Guard. Conjoined Destiny pops, but barely does any healing? What? What the hell? It's just not working anymore. Okay, that's weird. That's a big problem for the Wood Elves because they needed that to work. It recovers up to almost 2,000 health. They're at 600, and it did pop, so there's no way that someone did 1,500 damage in an instant against them. That is a big problem for the Wood Elves. Now, focusing back up, the frontline fight, as we did mention, the Wood Elves are winning the grind, which is very good for them. And now, without any frontline, these Ushabti, with all their ammunition that they still have left, are getting whittled down slowly. These Glade Riders will be peeled off by some Skeleton Spearmen, but there's no hope for these Ushabti. They're trying to run through the front line at this point and get to the back line where there's some Skeleton Horse Archers that can help them out. Sisters, on the second proc of their Conjoined Destiny, they get it up and can actually heal themselves because there's no way Earthbloods healed them the amount of time I wasn't looking at them. Though Cetra does take out the Waystalker. That is very good for him. The Wood Elves are in a very strong point now with the Sisters very healthy and back in action. They have half health. It's very hard to shut them down unless the Ushabti use a lot of their ammunition on the Sisters, and Sisters might even be able to dodge. Eternal Guard are very good against Cetra. They just do nice little poke damage, and the Waystalker's even going to rally. And this is looking like a Wood Elf victory. Ushabti Great Bow are firing at some Spear Riders to make sure they don't come back, but can they deal with all this infantry? My initial answer is no. No, no, no. Waystalker firing in. Cetra's down to 900 HP. A little bit more poke coming in. Sisters should also probably just focus him down, make sure he doesn't come back. in any way, shape, or form. Earthblood coming in on the infantry. AC Main realizes that if he just focuses on keeping his infantry alive, he will win this game. Cetra's starting to maybe crumble a little bit. Where's that Spirit Leech caster? I lost track of him. Maybe he died. We have lost the Tomb King Spirit Leech caster, but he might be dead at this point. With Cetra going down, currently surrounded, crumbling away, he will die, and the Wood Elves will win. Conjoined Destiny takes 20 seconds before popping and actually healing. Yes, it does take a long time, but I swore I saw them get one proc of it. That was weird. But the second proc definitely worked. Or the only proc. But I swore I saw a first one, because they healed a lot very quickly. Like, more than an Earthblood could have provided. Also, I would have seen an Earthblood on their card. So I don't really know what happened there. Sisters are janky. Alright, 900 value on the Waystalker, 550 on the Branch Wraith, 1300 on the Sisters. I'm so curious. 1020 on those Eternal Guard, 600, 250. Winterheart Guard only got 550. I thought they would have gotten more for surrounding Cetra. Dryads did Dryad things and slapped some stuff. Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts got shut down early and still got that much value. They are very good units. Glade Razor Spears did well. Cetra was running all around the map trying to carry. His infantry actually traded pretty well, considering Tomb King's infantry normally sucks. His chariots got shut down. Skeleton Horse Archers did all right. Intercepted Great Bows did well. Yeah. Good values. Good values. GG, well played. All right, blocker up. Scorecard updated. Palpatine, you got an opponent yet? No. All right, then you're still chilling with us. Okay, Conjoined Destiny takes 20 seconds. I already read that. Could be 20 as well, but I thought 25. Got the game open. Apparently it's 30 seconds. GG. Nope, but there was only one proc, but it takes 20 seconds. Schizophrenic boy. I'm wondering where they got that first pop of healing from, though, because when they routed, they were getting very low, and some Mushapti Great Bow Fire got in on them, and I swore I saw their health dip down to a 100 and then pop back up to 550. But it was a pop. Like, there's no way an Earthblood... Because Earthblood is the only healing the Branch Wraith had. And there's no way an Earthblood proc did 400 healing instantly. I think. Well, while I wait for these guys to do their army picks, I can just rewind and make sure I'm not crazy. Oh, shit. Alright, yada yada. Yada yada. Sisters are getting low, yada yada. Okay. Sisters of Twilight, 590. They already get their healing proc there? Hold on. Like, I could have misread it. I'm just going to watch this while we get on their army picks anyway. Sisters, no healing. Archer shooting them. 700. 500. Yeah, I'm just on drugs. You guys are right. Rewatching it, it never dips that low. All right. Score 1 to chat. Lizardman Dowie for Dr. Jellyfish. Dark Elves is a good pick. I like that pick here. It's very good. Skaven, if AC Maiden played it, Skaven would also be very good there. Yeah, no gain, no gain. I think you're right. I don't know where the delay is at, but I think I already admitted that I just missaw. Because rewatching the... You know, just rewinding the stream and watching it, it was fine. We all make mistakes, guys. Stop bullying me. I'm crying. Dark Elves into Lizardman Dowie. Skaven also could have been good there. I'm trying to think what else would be good there. Chaos, potentially, depending on how you feel about the Chaos Lizardman matchup. Could have been good there. In all fairness, chat always wins. That's true. I admit when I am wrong. I never pretend to be perfect. I'm just an entertainer. Oh! Woe is me! Bullied by the internet. AC Maiden is a Chat Elves main. He plays a lot of High Elves and Wood Elves especially. He's also a cool dude. I ran into AC Maiden in the Fresh Recruit League for HW back when I was a young lad. And he was not ODM at the time. He's a cool dude. Very nice. Very nice person if you ever run into him. Alright, blocker needs to come down. Go away. Alright, what do we have? Both armies were locked in very quickly, which is a stark difference from the previous ones. Clearly both players know what they want to do here. Coldwind Riders, it looks like 2 Spear Riders, 3 regular Coldwind Riders. Skink cohorts mixed with Saurus Warriors, mixed with Jav Skinks, the RR Red Crested Skink. Other than that, it's a mix. So this is a very straightforward infantry rush build. Skink Chief, a Salon Mage Priest of Fire with Fireball and Burning Head, and a bunch of heavy cavalry to support. I like it. Lizardmen are just going to walk forward and try to beat you to death. On the other side, for Maiden, we have Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, Bleak Swords across the entire front line. We have some Dark Riders with shields backed up by Coldwind Dread Knights. 1 Repeater Crossbow. Is there 2? Nope, just 1 Repeater Crossbow. 2 more Dark Riders with shields. 1 Coldwind Knight, 1 Coldwind Dread Knight. So, oh shit. Everything's been moving around. We have 1 Coldwind Knight, 1 Coldwind Dread Knight, 4 Dark Riders Repeater Crossbows, double Manticore, and Morathi. It's a good build. I worry about its infantry clearing potential. Maybe Soul Stealers can do enough. Because the mobile fight, Cav on Cav, Dark Elves are going to lose. 4 Dark Riders with shields versus 1 Coldwind, and 1 Coldwind Knight and 1 Coldwind Dread Knight definitely loses the 5 Coldwind Riders, 2 of which have spears. But it's if Morathi Double Manticore can support it, if the infantry, the Lizardmen, can support it. So obviously there's a lot of factors to go into it, but the Lizardmen have better infantry and better Cav, in my opinion. The Dark Elves just have better monsters, and they're really going to have to try to leverage that. Coldwind Riders maybe overextending here a little bit. If these Coldwind Dread Knights can get a rear charge on them, that could be devastating, but they are pulling back to their infantry support. Maybe still going to get a nice little poke in. Ooh, yeah, those are Coldwind Dread Knights, but they slow up immensely at the moment, and it looks like a big flank overload here from AC Maiden. He's going to try to run in, try to get involved, but he's going to have to be careful not to get too trapped up before these Saurus come in. Saurus will beat up Cav pretty effectively, considering they don't have armor piercing. Dark Elves fully committing to this Cav fight. A very nice Soul Stealer coming in as well, and with double Manticores causing terror. Diving in as well, Morathi with her debuffs, debuffing this whole blob. That is going to be a tragedy for the Lizardman forces. And 2 of their cavalry is a little AFK on the sides. This could be big trouble for Dr. Jellyfish here. We can see already Skink cohorts routing off. 1 Coldwind Cav, the Spear Riders, is down to half health and less than half leadership. And they're getting shot by crossbows too. This could be a big early lead for the Dark Elves. This Coldwind Cav over here is now getting involved. But you can see, when I was talking about the cavalry, there's 900 total gold here for the Dark Elves. There's 1,700 here. More than that if these are the spears. Yeah, like 1,600. Yeah, whatever. You get my point. There's a lot over here for the Lizardmen that's not involved in the Cav fight. So the Dark Elves took all their Cav that mattered and fought in one spot while the Lizardmen were split 50-50. Very nice stuff there for them. Now, balance power is still pretty even. A little Dark Elf favored. Wand of Crydon is dodged by those Jav Skinks. But the front lines are now fighting, and the Dark Elves are not enjoying this one bit. Dark Elf Cavs trying to slow up the reinforcements for the other side so they can continue to abuse the Lizardman flank, but a big Burning Head coming in, taking out some Bleak Swords. Going to tickle the Dread Spears a little bit, but not quite hit them because AC Maiden does dodge it. Morathi Double Manticore still doing well. Coldwind Riders get rear charged by Dark Riders with spears. And it's looking maybe like the Dark Elves can clinch this out. That infantry for Lizardman, man. It's bumping. It's grinding. And the double Skink Chiefs are actually going to do a lot of poke, because Marathi's not that armored. She only has 40 armor. And these bad boys have a 417 missile strength. Ooh, and some jabs throwing the last of their shots in. All of these are good targets, so just firing into that blob in general is pretty good. And have the Dark Elves enough gusto, enough steam to keep fighting. Cold One Spear Riders run in. They're going to largely do well against anything in here, but not all of it at the same time. You can see they only have 6 melee attack and 16 melee defense because of Marathi's debuffs. That is such a powerful part of her kit. Anything that fights around her just sucks. 6 and 16. Alright, these Cold One Spear Riders are getting worked down. The Lizardmen are decently behind on the balance of power at this point. They have some Saurus fighting, but they're just fighting too many Dark Elves. And Cold One Riders are trying to chase off those repeater crossbows, but they won't catch them. Repeater crossbows are much faster. I don't know if these double Skink Chiefs can kill Marathi double Manticore at this point. That could be a good burning head, especially as more Dark Elves are charging in. Is it overcasted, though? Hard to tell. And it will roast a little bit of his own red-crested skinks. Poor little skinkies. Aside from that, I don't think the Slann has enough left in him to fight Marathi double Manticore. The other Manticore is also very healthy. That will be a big deal. And while the Saurus did their best, that initial Cav fight, man, that was brutal. And Marathi's debuff she brings to the Cav fight, also very intense. A banishment coming in from the Slann. Gonna do a lot of damage to these Cold One Knights here. Oh, look at that! Look at that beautiful banishment. Oh, it's destroying an entire unit of Dread Spears, too. That was an excellent banishment cast. I don't think it'll be enough to change the course of what's happening here. As Marathi and both Manticores are all on top of the Slann. His melee defense is only 22 because of Marathi's presence. And a Soul Stealer coming in, it looks like, will sap the last of the strength the Saurus Warriors have, and army losses will come in. But the Cohort of Sotek are still... Oh. Oh. Elven Chad is an oxymoron. Dread Knights are better than all Lizard Cav. That's true, right? Like even Ian Calvert, I'm not saying that the Dread Knights would lose to the Spear Riders one-on-one. The problem for them is that them and the Cold One Knights are facing 5 Cold One Riders, 2 of which have anti-large, and their only support is the Chaff Dark Riders. So if you put these 6 in a field versus these 5, I would bet on these 5 every day of the week. But with Marathi's debuffs she jumped in on, her Soul Stealers, the double Manticore support, and the fact that you were able to take 2 Dark Riders and distract 40% of this force. Because cost-wise, that's 900 gold. Yeah, because they have shields, so 1,000. 1,000 gold distracting 1,000 or 1,100 gold, and then another 850. So that's a big trade-up in value for you if they're not involved in the fight. So they did well. GG, well played. Lizardmen ones are very cost-effective, even the 1,500 ones. Lizardmen have access to healing. That's true. Did Pop Palpatine ever get his foe? No, Pop Palpatine's still waiting for Pugnabone or Kafka, so we can actually go cast his game too after that's done. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. So let's see here. Okay, so they're only 1,000. 2,000, roughly 2,500, so that's 3,500 in Cav. Golden Dread Knights are good. 2,000, 3,000. And the Dark Elves do have more cost on the field. Dark Riders are pretty bad versus Cold Ones, though. 26 weapon strength, not a lot of armor piercing versus... Cold Ones have nutty armor, don't they? 90? Yeah. That's pretty tough. Alright. Pop Palpatine, what is going on with your game, my dude? You think Challenge messed up the score for AC Maiden versus Jellyfish? You don't think it's 4-2, 4-2, 4-2, 4-2? I disagree. Alright. Pop Palpatine, I'm hosting your game. Let's do this. I think you gotta take 3 Dread Knights? Maybe. Hey, Kafka won, so we can get people in here. Kafka. I think Pop Palpatine and I are friends, otherwise we wouldn't be able to join games together. Because he does not live near me. Oh wait, his name isn't Papa Palpatine. I'm looking for the wrong name. It was something Jabberslythe, wasn't it? Something? Oh, if he's offline, that could also be a problem. Whatever. He found his game before. DVD Jabber the Hunt. Yeah. Alright, we have Kafka and Pop Palpatine, Carrick Boofdar. I'm getting trolled right now, but if anybody has a problem with the stream, let me know. Because Bob Tresh said there is one, but I extremely doubt it because I'm watching the stream on my left screen. On my left screen, I have no problem, so he's trolling. All right. Boom. Blocker is up. I will change the scores, but I believe Kafka is first pick. Yes, Kafka is. Map set. Practice that one. Got revenge. Yes, yes. All right, Maiden, I am glad you got your revenge. Good for you, friendo. Good for you. RTK Kafka versus DBD Papa P. Get back into the box. DVD Papa P. Steam chat to be able to shown. I don't know how to not let it be shown, and also I don't. And I say bad stuff all the time. If someone wants all of YouTube to know they are a POS, let them, I guess. If someone wants to Steam message me some really dumb shit that'll, like something racist or stupid. One, I'm probably going to see it in the top right and just not acknowledge it, but also, congratulations, all of China knows you're here. Like, you know, if you just want a bunch of people to know that you're like a racist jerk, then I guess be a racist jerk. I need to watch Mulan again. Mulan was super good. You know what other movie was super good and people don't appreciate? Tangled, man. Tangled was super good. I love Tangled. Okay, I had to make sure I was actually live on my stream. Clicking too many things. So I did change the names. Good. Kafka is going Empire versus the Beastmen of Palpatine. Now I'll be curious. I used to play this before the DLC. I used to like this matchup, but since the DLC, I've been doing pretty poorly in it. So I'll be curious if Kafka can win, and if he does win, what he brings, so I can steal it. Steal many things. Used to just be a Huntsman, Spearman, Halberd box with Karl Franz and a Jade Wizard running around. It was pretty fun. Human boy turned into a white girl. I mean, I'm white. I'm not a girl though, but sure. Sure thing, dude. Hey, Kafka's build is largely set. He's changing around some chevrons, but otherwise he's ready to go. And it looks like Papa Palpatine's build's coming together too. Palpatine used to be like a super big Chaos main, but I think since the DLC he switched over to Beastmen, because I haven't seen him playing Chaos much. Has Deadly Bunnies been playing at all? Beastmen are finally meta and Bunnies disappears. Maybe he just liked being counterculture. What time is it? 1 o'clock. How am I gonna get lunch in my schedule today when I have a dwarf interview after this? It's going to be tricky. All right, we're loading in. So Kafka, unless he changed his thing at the very last minute, had like 5 flagellants, which is kind of nuts. So full flagellant frontline. A couple spearmen, 2 demigryph knights, 2 knights of the blazing sun, Marcus Wolfheart, and a Jade Wizard. So we'll have to see if that's still true. Bum, 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 bum. All right, 2 huntsmen, Marcus Wolfheart, and everything's gone. Flagellants, 5 flagellants, 3 spearmen, no Sigmar's sons, 2 knights of blazing sun, 2 demigryph knights, both with halberds, a Jade Wizard with Earthblood and Dwellers. Marcus Wolfheart has his net and no other powers. Interesting. For Papa Palpatine, we have the ROR Jabberslythe. Aura of Madness causes damage to combatants when they're low. And Searing Bileblood, engaged in melee. It fires off a vortex. Occasionally it does minus 30 armor. I forgot about this thing. I forgot about the Jabberslythe ROR. That's neat. We have Malagor in the sky with Enfeebling Foe. And what is that one? Is that the Mantle of Gorok? It is. I really don't think this spell is worth it, but I will see if he can use it well. 12 Winds of Magic for a melee buff. We will see. Double Manticore, the Groghooves throwing axes, ROR that can regen, 1 Ungor Raider. It looks like a couple armor-piercing pigs mixed with some Centaurs to deal with Empire Cav, 4 Ungor Spearmen, and 3 dogs, all of which have poison. This is a very interesting build. I suspect... Actually, I don't know, because it would... I feel, like, gut feeling, I feel like it would struggle with mass infantry. But also, looking at the double demigryph knights with halberds and 2 knights of the blazing sun, I worry there's not enough here to deal with Cav. So I'm going to be very curious if this Papa Palpatine build works. Like, my gut reaction is just no. But I can't really figure out why I don't believe in it. But we'll see. He could play Norska if he wants to go against the grain. Isn't that bad anyway? Yeah. Deadly Bunnies wants to rejoin the community and be the champion of Norska. Though I think, if I remember correctly, he's friends with Katam, and Katam's already got that mantle of Norska, so I think there would be some pushback there. Wolfheart gets a nice shot onto Malagor just to send a message. That was pretty nice. This guy's fast, though. 121 speed on Malagor. That is a swift crow. If Butcherbird's still in the chat, he would know. Has his ground speed been fixed yet? That, like, on the ground, he's slow as hell. It still says he got, like, 110 speed, but once he's on the ground, he just doesn't. Anyway. I digress. Wolfheart's firing in. It looks like he has fire at will on and was just accidentally shooting some poison hounds or something, but he definitely wants to shoot either the Jabberslythe or the 3 things in the air. Still trying to take out some Ungor Spearmen. Their shields are turned right now because they're running the other way, so these Huntsmen can actually get some decent poke in at the moment, but I think the Empire might want to conserve its ammo because they have a lot of things they need to kill with that ammunition. Oh, Demigriffs with halberds also exist, so maybe they'll be fine. Huntsmen still shooting at these spearmen herds. Some have turned onto the backfield, trying to do enough damage to one of the Manticores to rampage them. Big net comes onto the Grog Hooves, and they are going to get charged by Empire Cav. They even get Dwellers below, but this could be a problem, as the Jabberslythe is getting through to the back line, and if you Dwellers that and charge into it, you might do damage to yourself. Ooh, Knights of the Blazing Sun and Demigriff Knights with Halberds are charging in. This is a big Dwellers, though. It's doing a lot of damage to everybody involved. And the Beastmen are getting crumped by a big commitment here, but you can see also the Knights of the Blazing Sun took a lot of damage from their own spell. Jabberslythe's running around the back line, though some Knights of Blazing Sun come to peel him off, and Demigriff Knights with halberds are waiting on the other end. Knights of Blazing Sun did withstand that, and that Dwellers did so much damage to all these Beastmen forces that clustered up on it. That is a big play for Kafka at the start. Malagor and the Double Manticore are committing onto Marcus Wolfheart. That might be too many assets, especially when your ROR Jabberslythe is getting punked over here. Maybe need some help in this realm. Mantle of Gorok onto these Centaurs takes him down to 5 armor, but really good melee stats. Still getting destroyed by all these other Cav, though, and Kafka's off to a very strong lead. That Dweller's below when all the Beastmen units stacked on top of it. That was just a pretty big problem. If it had just been the Grog Hooves and they accepted the charge from the Knights of Blazing Sun, the Dwellers honestly would have done more damage to Knights of Blazing Sun than the Grog Hooves, because the Grog Hooves were going to die anyway. But committing like 3 dog units and Centaurs on top of it and losing all of them is pretty tough to come back from. Centaurs, Manticores are fighting okay against these Knights of the Blazing Sun. Malagor's already down to half health, and where's Marcus? Everybody dove onto Marcus, but he's full health. They didn't do any damage to him. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is tragic. I think that will be GG. Bounce powers in the favor of the Empire, but at this point I just don't see anything the Beastmen can do. Ooh. That is tragic. That Dweller's cast, man. I gotta see his value. 1,300 from one Dweller's cast. Yep, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I imagine the Demigriffs with halberds also got some good value. Wait, that net somehow... Okay, I heard a second net sound, but it didn't affect Malagor. For a second there, I thought Malagor also got netted, and that didn't make any sense. Oof, GG. Not as far as you can tell, he's still slow on the ground. Got it. Gotcha. 1,300 value on the caster, 600 value on Marcus Wolfheart. Manticore's got 600 and 300. Our Jabberslythe got 700. So everything that piled in onto Marcus just didn't really get him. I suppose he also could have been healed up, so maybe he didn't take no damage. Knights of the Blazing Sun got their value back. Demigriff Knights with halberds did great. Spearmen did okay. Flagellants, wow, Flagellants traded up against the Beastman front line. Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, that's good to know. So take Flagellants. That's what we learned today. Flagellants are good. Everything that got nuked down in that Dwellers didn't quite get any value, but outside of that, it went okay. That was a big Dwellers. GG, well played. Gorgazan. Boom. Maps set. Papa picks. I will get the blocker. I will update the names to Kafka 1.0. Chaos Skaven. The cat settled it on my lap again, but I have to go let the dog out. Oh. Poor kitty. Wood Elves from Kafka. I don't know how the Wood Elf Chaos matchup goes. My heart tells me it's Wood Elf favored, but I've actually never played it. I haven't really seen it either. Alright. Eddie, you're such a good cat, but I might have to get up, bud. We gotta go let Hazel out. Pop Palpatine's playing his beloved Chaos. The main is back. Alright, BRB. I am returning! Did I miss anything? I miss anything fun? Nope. I'm back. This is gonna be spicy. These are some builds. Not what I expected. Let's see how it turns out. Hi, Hazel. If you're bad, you're gonna have to go in your kennel because I can't really do too much. But if you just want to snuggle, that's fine. Chat, animals are lovely. They will take care of you. They are wonderful. But they can be snaggy. And this puppy right here is one of the snaggiest of them. Hi. Especially if you have food. Because she is a beggar. She's a beggar at heart. Alright. I'll finish that granola bar later. So that I don't die. Pop Palpatine. Oh wow. Numbers are super close. I know as soon as I start talking about it, stuff's going to move. But, Sartorial, Final Trans, Plague of Rust, Standard Die, Double Exalted Hero, neither of which have anything besides a horse mount, Chaos Marauders, Aspiring Champions, which is unique. Maybe a deal with Dryads because they have physical resist, not magic resist. Also, you could fight the Lost Sylvan Knights in late game. Mix of Forsaken and Chaos Marauders. The Mirror Guard is there for the mandatory Chaos Warrior representation. 3 Chaos Warhounds, 2 of which have poison, 1 does not. The Weird Spawn, Chaos Spawn, that have armor sundering and physical resist. Marauder Horsemen, Marauder Horsemen, Marauder Horsemen. So it looks like 3 basic skirmish cav there. On the Wood Elf side, we have Big Papa Durthu. Look at him. Look at him go with his strangely flaming sword. I mean, it's like orange, but whatever. Next to him is a Branch Wraith with only Earthblood. Durthu himself only has Flock of Doom. We have triple Wildwood Rangers, which was surprising to me. Aside from that, Eternal Guard all across the front line. A couple Glade Riders, one with Hagbane Tips, one without. In the very back, we have Great Stag Knights and 2 Deepwood Scouts. So Kafka betting on elite Wood Elf infantry. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. That is a bold strategy indeed. Skirmish game. Can 2 Glade Riders beat 3 Marauder Horsemen? Maybe not, just due to mass. It's an Amber Sword? Ah, I thought it was flaming. I see. Some Chaos Warhounds are getting a little caught out, but they're not taking too much damage. That's fine. That's fine. They'll maybe be able to get onto archers later, otherwise the dogs just kind of serve as very fast chaff. Double Exalted Hero. They'll do decent damage to Durthu if they can both get on top of him. Shame they don't have their flaming swords, but it's hard to predict that Durthu will be here. So Thorio's dodging a lot of shots from these Deepwood scouts. Palpatine going for a slow advance, not really too eager to get anywhere, just making sure he gets there correctly rather than quickly. Fire sword would be inappropriate for Giant Tree. That's what I always thought, but I assumed from a distance it's glowing, so you think it's fire. Deepwood Scouts doing a number on these Marauder Horsemen. Maybe want to switch one of their fire onto the Chaos Spawn. Just maybe. No armor. They have anti-large shots, don't they? No, I guess they don't. Maybe still want to kill him, though. Kind of spooky. Especially against your Wild Rangers. Oh, they only have 40 armor. I guess armor sundering's not a big deal. Could be big against Durthu, though. Take him down from 110. Did they do the Eshin thing and it's half, or what is it? Minus 30. Okay, so it's a set amount. It could still be meaningful against Wild Rangers. 40 armor down to 10 could be pretty bad for them. Great Stag Knights starting to charge in, but the Weird Spawn get in there first. And they're going to take a nasty charge from these Great Stag Knights. Not taking as much damage as I would have expected. Enough Forsaken getting in, and with the Wild Rangers only having 10 armor, they are going to get torn apart. You can see them taking a lot of damage here. Sword of Daith comes in, lowers the armor right back to the Chaos Forces, and does some damage. So Arthurio's trying to muck up some of these Deepwood Scouts, and that is going well for him so far. And Chaos Warhounds with Poison are chasing off those Glade Riders. Is that... who's... what is going on? Flock of Doom. Okay, I was like, is that a final trans? What's going on here? Plague of Rust upgraded onto Durthu. Takes him down to 50 armor. Maybe if the Weird Spawn hit him, he can also go down 30 more, so that would take him to 20. But it doesn't look like that'll be the case at the moment. And is this overcasted? Overcasted final trans on this whole blob is going to do so much for the Chaos Forces. But Chaos has taken a lot of damage on this advance. Forsaken on the far side are killing some Deepwood Scouts. It's very good for them. And Forsaken over here are beating up these Eternal Guard. That is excellent. You can see everything in this pocket right here has taken a good amount of damage. Chaos Marauders are running for the hills. These Forsaken are just about out. And the Mirror Guard are still here. But Durthu is getting destroyed. The Double Exalted Hero, the Final Trans, and all the Skirmish Cab support is just putting the work on him. You can see the Weird Spawn are lowering his armor to 80 from 110 every time they land a hit. And if Durthu breaks, this is going to be over for the Wood Elves. Now, the Wood Elves are a little behind the bounce power, but more in it than I would have thought. I guess they do have Glade Riders still running around. Great Stag Knights are still here, but Durthu's broken, and I think that is going to be, honestly, GG. Marauder Horsemen can just follow him off, and even the Branch Wraith is breaking, and Pop Palpatine immediately seizes on that, taking Chaos Warhounds and running over to make sure he doesn't come back. And with neither of your casters, neither of your lords, I don't think these Great Stag Knights can carry it. And that was a very effective build from Pop Palpatine. Very nice use of the armor sundering. Durthu shatters. He doesn't die, but he does shatter. And then once these Great Stag Knights go, there goes the carry potential of the Wood Elves. And that'll be a quick rebuttal against Kafka. So both games so far in this series have been very quick. That overcasted Final Trans was fat. Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. That's also kind of funny. A fat Dwellers Below won the first game, and the second game, a fat Final Trans wins it. Way too blob considering Big Bird's on the field? True. That's true. 1,200 value on Durthu in that short amount of time. Wild Rangers did okay. Deepwood Scouts got largely shut down. Cab did okay. So Thoreau 2,300 value. Double Exalted Hero between them got about 1,100, but they were still healthy enough. They're doing stuff. Forsaken did great. Forsaken are just great. They're a great unit these days. I've been playing Skaven versus Chaos for Poland, trying to figure this matchup out. Forsaken are a giant pain in my ass. Marauder Horsemen did really well. Dogs is great. They didn't do great value, but you saw in the game they were just running down all those Deepwood Scouts. Running down the skirmish cav. Sprinting after the branch wraith after she broke. Just really good. The weird spawn. Value City. Alright, Cliff of Beach. Alright, whoever wins this game is going to go fight AC Maiden in the finals. I am occasionally muting just so that you don't all have to hear me chew. That I'm trying to be quiet about it. Why am I getting pinged? Why am I getting pinged? That's disturbing. I got a Discord DM picture I didn't need to see. Alright. Alright. Probably it was tunnel vision on trying to blow up for maximum dearth through AoEs. Maybe. That's certainly a possibility. Alright, Pop Pumpkin goes up 1. Now we wait to see his pick 3. Woo! Food's gone. The food is gone. It's gone forever. It has been consumed. Eaten, even. Norskin Skaven in a pick 3. This is the definition of courage. Palpatine. I mean, Chaos and Norska share a lot of similarities. They're different, but they have a lot of similarities, and he's a very good Chaos player. So you could see why that would still be a little bit of comfort for him. Any other matchup except Dowie to bring Queek in? No, honestly. I wouldn't bring Queek in any matchup, honestly. Because even dwarves, you can take... Sorry. Yes. Logic was asking me when our dwarf interview will be, which is after this, and I'm predicting about 2 hours. And I am trying to coordinate with him. Quick counter Sigvald, OP. No. Ooh, Tomb Kings versus Skaven. I like this matchup. It's very fun. This is a fun matchup. It slightly favors Tomb Kings depending on the map, but on Cliff of Beasts, I actually think it's even. Do you want me to stream yourself, or what's the dealio? That's up to you. I will have a stream. Okay. Sorry. Logic's asking me questions. Yes, so in the dwarf matchup, sure, Queek is good. Deathmaster is almost as good. And you can't be sniped because you can go invisible from gyrocopters or cannons. So for the anti-cheese aspect, I still would go Deathmaster. So even in the one matchup where Queek is good, I still don't think he's the best because he's risky. And in Chaos, I honestly haven't seen Sigvald versus Skaven in a long time. I see Zarthoriel like 90% of the time and Archaon Well, I guess between Sigvald and Archaon, I see them the rest of the time, but it's very rare. Palps with the Skaven pick? Of course, they're the best faction. Alright, blocker. And I think Logic's questions have been answered. Oops. I just grabbed the wrong thing. I need this, and then put you guys up there. Boom. So, my build for this, normally, you need a bunch of Rat Ogres. I like Throt the Unclean here again. I hated him for a long time here, but then he recently started doing well for me. So I take Throt, Rat Ogres, 1 Warp Lightning Cannon, sometimes Poison Wind depending on the map, sometimes just good infantry. But we have something else here. Lord Skrulk. He's a good pick here. He's a good pick. With both the summons, Double Assassin, Morse Guitar's Hellion with no healing available for it, 4 Rat Ogres, none of which are the Pit Fighters, Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, Clan Rats, double Warp Lightning Cannon. Very ballsy. And then this Skaven Slave Frontline. That's totally fine. Some Clan Rats with Spears to defend them. I don't hate it. It's a very similar idea. On the other side, we have 2 Screaming Skull Catapults. We have Arc in the Black on foot, Necrotect on foot, and a Tomb Prince also on foot. Interesting. Alright, we have Fate of Buna. That feels bold. That is bold from Kafka. Because what are you going to Fate of Buna? Maybe the Council Guard, but Spirit Leech also does very well against them. Tomb Scorpion, 2 Nehekara Horsemen behind the Screaming Skull Catapults. 2 more on the flanks of 4 Nehekara Horsemen. Skeleton Archers, looks like 2 of them. Both are basic, no ROR armor sundering here. You don't really need it versus Skaven. Other than that, Skeleton Warriors, Skeleton Spearmen. I favor the Skaven here. I don't personally like this Tomb King's build very much. Yeah. That's my thought. That's my thought on it. Nehekara Horsemen just aren't super good. And they're going to run into Rat Ogres and die. Double War Lightning Cannon. It depends on if they can outshoot the Screaming Skulls. Then I'd give this game a strong advantage. If the Screaming Skulls somehow outshoot the Warp Lightnings, which could be down to a little bit of RNG, a little bit of positioning, then the Skaven having to advance, that could be pretty bad for them. So I think this army depends on the Skaven having to advance into you, which, in my opinion, is bold. But we'll see. Because this Screaming Skull on top of the hill, I mean, it's still within sight of the Warp Lightning Cannons. So maybe it's going to get outshot here. What's the range? 380 to 430. So Skaven even have the range. But this guy's exposed. He's going to get shot by Warp Lightning Cannons. So if I was a Skaven, just take out Screaming Skull Catapults, make this army walk into you, and then Arc in the Black and all of his heroes being on foot will dictate how fast the army can advance, because you don't really want to get there without Arcin. So the Nehekara Horsemen will be forced to wait, and the whole time they'll be getting shot by you. I really like the Skaven's position here. Are you guys advancing in some way? Yeah, you're advancing up your Warp Lightnings. Maybe if we get some Overcast Spirit Leech in here, maybe Arcin can turn the tide. Maybe. Can 2 Warp Lightning Cannons even beat 2 Bowshopti? I think not. Depends. If the Bowshopti start at the very end of the Warp Lightning Cannon's range and they can fire the whole time, then they can beat them. But, I mean, if the Warp Lightning Cannons don't get to abuse their range advantage, then the Bowshopti will win. Alright, double Warp Lightnings are still firing into these Screaming Skulls. Looks like this central model on this cannon is about to blow up. He's taken enough shots, he's probably going to go. There we go. The Screaming Skulls fire back. So it's interesting. The Screaming Skulls are trying to hit the Skaven crew because they want to use the leadership and AoE damage. And the Warp Lightning Cannons are trying to shoot the catapult models themselves because they do single target damage like that. So it'll be interesting to see which wins, the crews or the catapult models. Leadership's getting low over there. Skrulk and his assassins will definitely have to come over and give a little encouraging buff. This catapult, they're surviving that warp lightning fire better than I thought they would, because multiple giant green lightning bolts have hit that left cannon. Now it goes down. You can see now the Tomb Kings are being forced up, which is not ideally what they want to be doing here. The archers are in range now. That could be big unless Skrulk gets some summons to zone them off, but archers will do a lot versus rat ogres. And at this point, now that you have the warp lightnings, you force them into you. Probably switch the warp lightnings now onto the Tomb Scorpion. I guess Arkan's not on a horse, and warp lightnings suck against foot infantry, but still. Because now the catapults really aren't going to be that valuable in the long-term scheme of this game. So Tomb Scorpion's running up into the Clan Rat summon. This is a big pile up here. If you have Pestilent Breath, ooh, he doesn't. Pestilent Breath would be great there. It really wrecks zombies, well, skeletons quite nicely. Ark in the Black gets a Skeleton Warrior summon, blocking up the Assassins and Skrulk. I'm wondering where Liber One-Shoticus is. It should definitely come in for Ark in the Black right about now. Skrulk's taking some good damage here. And extending this far without any of your Rat Ogres is proving difficult for the Skaven. You can see they're largely just getting beat up. And where is Morskatars going? He better not be run. Okay, good. I was like, if he runs all the way to take out this catapult, that is a gigantic waste. Skrulk gets isolated from both his assassins, and he is getting beat up. Liber One-Shoticus has not come out yet, and that is very delayed. And the assassins haven't popped Rival Hide Talisman. They do now, but it's a little too late, and Skrulk has already been beaten up quite heavily. That minus 40 melee attack could have been critical earlier. Warp Lightning Cannon crews were forced off their Warp Lightnings. We can see the Nekar Horsemen got on the back lines both here. And the Rat Ogres are now starting to get involved in the fights, but I think they need to be used a little bit earlier. Skrulk gets another Spirit Leech on him, and some Nekar Horsemen chasing him off the field. If they succeed in routing him off the battlefield, that'll be huge for the Tomb Kings. Morskatars Hellion's trying to get involved, but he keeps getting trapped up in random nonsense. He knocks a Necrotech super far away. That's good. It's good for him. He loves doing that and doesn't do any damage. And what the fuck? Tomb Scorpion can knock him that far away? Why? Mutant Rat Ogres, you suck. I hate you. Alright, Skaven pulling the balance power a little bit back. They did rally Skrulk, and that is very good. Morskatars Hellion and the Double Assassin can do a lot of work here. There's nothing that you don't really want to fight. Morskatars Hellion slams into Ark in the Black. He's still trying to get on him. Rival Hide Talisman is still affecting this entire blob. Rat Ogres are winning on the far side, but the far side doesn't really matter. You should probably pull in some Rat Ogre support here. We see him coming in now. Now the tables are turned. Ark in the Black is the one surrounded, and if Liber Bubonicus is off cooldown, just cast on Ark in the Black and leave him to die. Please do that. Please cast Liber. It looks like he's just going to cast another summon. I'm wondering where Liber has been this entire game, because he didn't use it at the very start, we saw. Still hasn't used it on this end. Ushabti summons coming in. That could be pretty bad. Morskatars Hellion's getting really messed up. If I am correct and Liber has not been used, Pop Palpatine has to be way more aggressive with it. He needs to throw it out there. Arkan is crumbling down next to Morskatars. That is very good for the Skaven player. But Skrulk can get taken care of again. And he really needs to Liber all these foot characters who don't have a lot of health, maybe even the Tomb Scorpion, but the Necrotector will just heal it, so focus on the foot characters. I know I'm harping on about it, but this is Skaven's my faction, and I'm very upset right now. Use it! Use it! Alright, Morskatars somehow didn't break by the grace of God, and now he is still fighting. That is huge for the Skaven. If he had broken there, that actually could have been maybe a GG. Another Rod of Corruption comes down, draining all of these targets in this area. Rat Ogres are barely hanging on. Plague Monk Summon is helping to secure their flanks. Tomb Kings are falling very far behind on the balance of power. And largely ignoring that Screaming Skull Catapult hasn't cost the Skaven too much at this point. Morskatars Hellion's still fighting. Double Assassin are fighting over there, doing really good work. Skrulk is now rampaged. So he can't use Liber. And at this point I've lost track because all of this blob, it's hard to see if the Liber was used. But I do think it was held on to a little bit long there. Alright, Morskatars Hellion is going to beat up on this Tomb Prince. Tomb Kings are very far behind the balance powers, especially with this summoned Ushabti still on the field. Somehow, I don't know how Skrulk has lasted this long, leadership-wise, with that little health. This is the thing I was talking about earlier with Tilt, because I feel like the state at which I'm currently at with being tilted at this game, my Skrulk would have broken 20 years ago and run off the map, but somehow he rallied. Alright, Necrotech's crumbling away. Balance of power goes against Kafka, and Palpatine on the Skaven will win it. Somehow Morskzar's Hellion's also hanging in there. I don't really know what's going on with leadership today, but whatever. Alright, Arkham got 900 value. Skrulk got 900 value. 1,100 on the Necrotech is pretty good. Skeletons all died. This is one of the few matchups in which Skaven can actually win the frontline fight. Now Cower Horsemen struggled to pay for themselves, but some did okay. Tomb Scorpion did okay. Screaming Skull Catapults did mixed. Warp Blinding Cannons got shut down. Morskzar's Hellion didn't quite pay for itself, but did very well. Rat Ogres did great. Double Assassin did excellently on the front line. Yeah. It's mixed. GG, well played. Yeah, I don't know how Skrulk didn't break. That's my biggest question of like, Skrulk's still here. I'm looking for Maiden. I don't see him just yet. But I also could be being dumb. He's here in the background anyway. I don't need to fix it. GG. GG. An hour and a half. I'm hoping to do my dwarf interview thing. So that's one best of three. Probably going to do well on the timing front. Blood Pine Woods is up. Maiden picks. Map set. Maiden and Papa Palpatine are in the finals right now, Butcherbird. This is it. This is it! What's he pick? What's going on? I thought I lost already halfway through the game. I'm gonna look at that one later. That one's weird. Should I save it? I'll save it. Okay. Alright, we'll go. What else, Lizardman? Bowmore, can you look at Pugno's replay? IDK, how long until Hesse and Lippard finish their chat? Oh, is this some mod stuff for Enticity? Alright, well, I'll leave you two to it. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, scoreboard. Chaos. So Wood Elves and Lizardmen is Maiden's pick. Palpatine's going to counterpick with Chaos and Lizardman. He should be very comfortable in this matchup. I don't know if he feels like he's going to win it, but Chaos Lizardman has been a actually decently common matchup since like the beginning of time. I sense Plague of Rust and Skirmish Cav coming. And for anybody out there who's watched Rick and Morty, more are coming. I can make Pop Palpatine's name longer. Boom, Papa Palps. Silliness aside, can I actually fit his entire name or no? Teen. Not really. And Papa Palps is just better anyway. Feels like a rapper name. DBD Papa Palps. I'm the host. I can look at armies again. I question this Lizardman build. I question it. Not enough Dreadsaurian. Blackthorn. Why are you here? Who let you in? This stream is password protected, my friend. Stretch. Oh, good stretch. Human boy, just write PPPPP. Okay. There you go. Oh, for Papa Palpatine. Yeah. Okay. I understand now. For a second there, I was like, I don't know why you want this, but here you go. Maiden's gone mad with power, ladies and gentlemen. ODM has gotten to him. Filled his brain with nonsense. I've been tired recently. Is anybody else out there just not getting enough? Like, I feel like time-wise I get enough sleep. I get like 8 hours, but then it just doesn't do anything. I still wake up tired as hell. Maybe that's why I'm playing like shit. Playing like garbage. I knew as soon as I made this thumbnail that I would include, like, I will win, yes, yes. It was a curse. I'd cursed myself. Dwarf interview today is going to be over 100 questions, so I'm real excited for that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I'm going to love sitting and talking about dwarves. I love talking about dwarves. It's so nice. You need to drink some Nesquik before bed? Why would Nesquik knock you out? Isn't that like really sugary? I'm confused. Also, is Hazel giving Ed shit? I should set up the camera in case they show up, but this is a competitive stream. We need to focus. I feel like I AMVD am very tired. Gotcha. Maybe it's like a changing of the season thing, like from summer to fall. Kind of get the hibernation spirit in you, and all you want to do is sleep. You're just tired all the time. I don't know. Also, terrible news for anybody who gives a shit about the board game stuff. Like, it was supposed to ship 3 weeks ago. Then they said, we're behind, we need 2 more weeks. And I was like, okay. And 2 more weeks would have been this last week that just happened. And I was like, okay, where is it? And they just messaged me and they were like, so we're going to need a week. And I'm like, okay, I really wish you just put it on a ship. But I understand, like, because in case you don't know, several coal mines in China flooded, so they're having rolling power outages, where the government, like, turns on, you get 5 hours. Turn off. You get 5 hours. Turn off. So they've had issues with that. The global supply chain is all fucked up, as I'm sure you know about. So it's hard to even get a ship or a shipping container scheduled for yourself. So I get it. It's annoying. It's annoying because I was hoping to have the game in my hands by now and start selling it to people. And instead, I'm still a month out. And Christmas is coming. You don't want to release anything too close to Christmas. So then, if I don't release it before Christmas, I'm going to have to wait at least like 3 months. Because you don't want to release anything in January either, because people have Christmas shit. They're not going to buy other shit. They have Christmas shit. Anyway, I think Maiden's still a madman. He is. He took Nakai the Wanderer. The only thing he had in his army was Nakai, and that was it. And I was already doubting this. But now he has Nakai, Perfect Vigor, and his Primal Roar. We've distilled on with an Ark of Sotek, a Skrink Priest of Heavens on a Stegodon. Though it's not an Engine of the Gods Stegodon. Okay, so we haven't gone full meme. Kroxgor, Cohort of Sotek. Another Ark of Sotek. So we have 2 Arks of Sotek. 3 Javelins. 2 Chameleon Stalkers. 1 Pawhawk Sentinel. Hold on. Now I have to do 360 stuff. 2, 4. He's fine. I thought these skink... Like, my brain was like, Skink Jabs, 360. That's 7, but no, we're fine. So he has the Pawhawk Sentinels, Pterodon Riders, and regular Pterodon Riders. Very unique build. Never seen anything like it. On the other side, we have... He just said, I'm praying for no Big Bird. There's Big Bird with Final Trans and Plague of Rust. Marauder Great Weapons, Marauder Horsemen. It looks like 3 of them. None of them have throwing axes. Mirror Guard, Gorby's Chariot. 4 Chaos Marauders. More Chaos Marauders with Great Weapons. So I think that's 4 and 4. Yeah, it's 4 Chaos Marauders, 4 Chaos Marauders with great weapons, 3 Skirmish Cav, Mirror Guard, dogs in the trees. Dogs in the trees. So 3 dogs all around. No throwing axes, so we're relying heavily on Plague of Rust. And yeah, Maiden's going to have a bad time of Final Trans on his Perfect Vigor blob, so he'll have to separate out, which is the exact opposite of what he wants to do. Marauder Horsemen are going to fire up into Pterodons and do some decent damage on their first volley, but Pterodons will pull away. Alright. Sartorial. He's taking a few shots from Chameleon Stalkers, but he just takes like literally no damage from that, and now Chameleon Stalkers are low on ammunition. That's pretty funny. Chaos advancing. Looks like we're maybe going to get a rock drop here onto these great weapons. No. No, they're just going to get hit with javelins, and they are not having a good time. Lizardmen, what to do? What to do? Gorbius Chariots have actually taken a lot of damage. Cohort of Sotek fighting some Chaos Marauders. They pop Refuse to Die. And that is a good play from them. Where's Nakai and his Perfect Vigor Kroxigor is going to go? Looks like over here to fight some Chaos Marauders. Trying to avoid Sartorial, avoid the Final Trans if possible. Sartorial gets punted through the sky by that Arc of Sotek. And the Skink Priest of Heavens now has super low armor. And the Double Exalted Hero, we saw this in the Wood Elf game earlier, but now it's against Lizardmen. Same principle though. Lower their armor, get the Exalted Heroes in there with their good weapon strength, and try to fight it. And that Skink Priest of Heavens is taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to try and get out of there. Looks like he's going to use a charge animation to move a little bit. Where is Nakai? Nakai's fighting over here. He has popped Primal Roar. No Final Transes yet. But maybe Sartorial doesn't even need it, as the Exalted Heroes are playing Seesaw with the Skink Priest of Heavens, who still has super low armor. And he is getting taken down very quickly. His cast Warhounds with Poison run up to poison him. His armor is back up to full, but man, his health is not looking great. That could be an overcasted Final Trans, and that might already spell the doom of the Lizardmen. It even hits some units in the sky for a little bit, but they move out of it. Alright, Nakai also gets away, but he leaves his Kroxigors to die to do so. The Lizardmen are suffering huge casualties across the map. Now, they still have both Arcs of Sotek. They still have Nakai, and they might get Sartorial here unless he can escape, which he is very good at doing. He is the Grom the Paunch of the Warriors of Chaos, and he is going to sprint away. This is looking quite Chaos favored at this point. They still have infantry left. The Lizards have almost nothing except for these 2 dinosaurs and a Nakai. Aside from that, they are tattered and broken across the board. All this Chaos infantry is getting routed off, terror routed from the Arcs of Sotek, and they keep casting their sneaky snakes that do better than a Mortis engine. Plague of Rust upgraded onto Nakai now. Palpatine really likes the Double Exalted Hero on horse to just do this. But he's fighting. He's giving her hell. And he's still fresh as a daisy because of his Perfect Vigor. Now the Arcs of Sotek are running in, trying to deal with the Double Exalted Hero. And maybe, possibly, not to be a meme, but maybe there might be too much here for Chaos to take out. Maybe. I mean, they do have Plague of Rusts and Final Transes left, so they could be quite good. These Arcs of Sotek have to come back, and if either of them is off cooldown, they kind of need to bail out Nakai here. Ooh, but this separation is going to be probably game-changing, as now Nakai's getting shot a lot, but these 2 have left their lord behind, and they're trying to get involved onto Sartorial, it looks like. But having a little bit of trouble. I mean, if you get some really good RNG and take him out, maybe that'd be good. Nakai's getting low on leadership even. Balance Power's getting further away from the Lizardmen, and army losses might just take him out. Another cast of the Arc of Sotek, super low on leadership, somehow hanging in there. Nakai rampaging away from his dinosaurs, leaving them without an Encourage Aura. He's going after Sartorial, outside the control of AC Maiden. I don't know if any of AC Maiden's army is in his control right now. He's got some rallying units, so good for him. 1 Arc of Sotek routes, and if the other one goes, that's definitely GG. It's already looking like GG with only 1 routing. There's still plenty of infantry. There's plenty of skirmish cav. That will be the death of the Lizardmen. Nakai was a bridge too far. Sartorial even getting a charge in. Damn. And army losses hits. GG. GG. Spoinglus. I don't know what Spoinglus is, real human being, but Spoinglus indeed. Alright, Nakai, what'd you do? 1,500 value. Hey, go Nakai. I don't think that pays for him, but still. 600 value on the Skink Priest of Heavens. Really got shut down by those Plague of Rust Exalted Heroes. Skink Javs didn't really get their value back. Queenland Stalkers didn't either. Pterodons, the Ghosts did okay. The Pog Sentinels did okay. The other ones, not so much. Crocswars also really struggled, but Arcs of Sotek did well. So Thoriel, 1,300 value. He did excellent. Both of his Exalted Heroes also got a ton of value, 1,300 and 1,100 on them. Marauder's great weapons, unfortunately, just died for the Dark Gods, but they did what they had to. Marauder Horsemen did well. Dogs did well for chasing off random stuff. GG, well played. Lost track of your caster. That would do it. We have the Northern Chaos Wastes. Some people hate Langui. I feel like everybody has a map in the game that they hate. For me, it's Northern Chaos Wastes. I can't stand this map. I can't stand this map. Alright, so that is 1 up to Mr. Papa Palpatine. Oh, stretch. Alright, chat, remember to stretch. Get your stretches out. Get your stretchy pants, your stretchy arms, stretchy legs, and stretch. Beastmen and Lizardmen for the Pop Palpatine. I mean, the obvious answer is Skaven. But if he doesn't want to play Skaven, he could pick Skaven. But if Maiden really doesn't want to play Skaven, he could pick Skaven. Actually, Dark Elves would be super good here, in my opinion. I think Dark Elves would be excellent. We saw him play Dark Elves vs. Lizardmen earlier. He had a pretty good handle on it. He did very well. And Dark Elves vs. Beastmen, in my opinion, is like super bad for Beastmen. Just take double Canadian Assassin, triple Scourge Runner, Marathi, double Manticore, and then blob up, and they have a very hard time. Papa Pixpatine. I don't know what Pixpatine is. Are you trying to say Papa Pix, and then he's Palpatine, so you place the Pix Palp, and then you get the Papa Pixpatine? Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers? More like Peter Piper picked these nuts. Fucking got him. Alright, what's going on? BRB 1 minute. Alright. AC Bane officially surrendered. That's the end of it. It's fucking over, bro. Butcherbird, you just watched the HW League yesterday. If you want to watch Dark Elves lose that more than they win it, did they take double Canate Assassin, Marathi, double Manticore, 3 Scourge Runners? Because if they didn't take the right build, then I don't really care if they lost. I have played that build against Beastmen. I have played against that build as Beastmen, and that shit's just like unwinnable. Unless Torex gets amazing RNG on Marathi, and Marathi also stays in combat for too long with the big old brass bull, it's just miserable. Like, any fight you take, if you take a fight with the AoE debuff blob, you're going to lose it. And if you bring enough assets to actually win it, they're just going to Soul Stealer, Web of Shadows, and then Soul Stealer will be back off cooldown, and your whole blob's just going to get annihilated. Lost 2 of them, won 1. Well, you and I will have to play it sometime, but I have my doubts. Maiden is going Dark Elves as we suspected. Oh, it's a 7-hour stream. Scrolling through this is going to be a pain. We have dwarves. Dark elves versus beastmen. Okay. Dark elves versus beastmen on this stream too. Oh, good. I have a blocker up, right? Okay, good. I can click on the builds. All right. So on my other screen, I'm watching Crabbling versus Alfredino, Beastmen versus Dark Elves. The Scourge Runners are skirmishing. Good for them. They're getting some damage onto the caster. Should probably be focusing the Centaurs, though. Your Manticores could take care of the caster easily enough. Where are you going? Alfredino's... Oh, okay, he's pulling his entire force left. I thought he was separating out with some Dark Riders and they were just going to get surrounded by Centaurs and killed. But nope, they're just chilling. Canadian Assassins are getting pretty separated from Marathi, though, which is a big problem. Scourge Runners take a charge onto Gores. That could be a huge mistake. Oh, no. Get them out of there. Okay, good. Centaurs didn't quite get to them yet. Alright, well, these two build. I'm still just watching this. Skaven Dark Elves is Skaven favored? Yeah. I would agree. Just send in single Ungors to die while your Jabber drain stuff and axes get thrown? I mean... Your Jabber Scythe doesn't drain anything unless its leadership is below half, I believe. So that doesn't quite work that way. Mass mobility build from Beastmen here. And I'm talking about HW stream on my other screen that I'm watching while these two build their armies. I'm not announcing what Palpatine's doing. If anything, I'm hovering AC Maiden's build right now, so I can't even see it. I'm looking at something Butcher told me to watch. Canadian Assassins are fighting some random gore herds, and that's pretty good. Web of Shadows comes down. Beastmen do have a lot of throwing axes, though, and I think that's smart. 4 throwing axes, that's good, because Scourge Runners are going to be a huge problem, so if you can eventually lock them down and just throw axes at them, that's pretty nice. Double Manticore gets on top of the Chariot Caster, and he takes a big old chunk. Oh boy. Alright, he's terror routing, but he's not natural routing, which is shocking. Why isn't he routing? Okay, well, Marathi's over there. Now they're getting beat up by Centaurs. So they got caught out. That was a little ambitious. Slanesh's Harvesters get onto the guy. Alright, he routes. Is there ×2 speed on YouTube, or is that just Twitch? Oh, yeah. Yeah, ×2 is shit. Alright, King Assassin, Scourge Runner still running around. Caster died. Dark Elves killing some Centaurs. Dark Elves killing some Centaurs. On our stream, Maiden's still building his army, so we're chilling. Tarx is taking a lot of damage. One Canadian Assassin did get karate chopped. Throwing axes are pouring into Scourge Runners. That's very good. Can Marathi Double Manticore kill Tarx at 1/3 health? I would sure hope so. Oh, he's getting a little over aggression, though. He's putting his Manticores directly over throwing axes, and they're just getting free fire. Scourge Runners are getting low. Yeah, quadruple throwing axes is doing work. I haven't seen that very often, but that is smart. Balance powers are even, though. This was a good game. Alfredino versus Crabbling on HW stream yesterday. Ooh, Alfredino split up. That's a big problem for him, because then one of his Manticores lands and gets fucked by Centaurs. Soul Stealer. Oh, and then Marathi 1v1's Taurox. Okay. I don't think that was a build thing. I think there was some misplays. Because you can't even blame Rampage on Marathi going to fight Torox all alone and Centaur's rear charger and stick her in with him. Yeah. I still think it's Dark Elf favored. There were just some misplays. They didn't play blobby enough in the replay you're suggesting, Bird. They kept separating out, and the Beastman brought a full mobility build, so the further you move away from anything, the farther you are from your support. You can get surrounded and beat up. So that was a case of the Dark Elves playing the Beastman's game, and it's like, don't do that. Make them come to you. Radio casting? I was watching a replay. The build phase between Maiden and Palpatine took longer than I thought. I was just going to watch that out of curiosity till they were ready, but it took a while. For Poland, yes. The dwarf interview is in about an hour. You just want to show Crab and Razel winning it? That's fine. I can still think the matchup is quite favored for the Dark Elves. Just because someone misplayed it doesn't mean that it's all of a sudden good for them. I don't know. I've wanted a lot as Dark Elves, but teach their own. You can have your own opinion of the matchup, and I can have mine. All right. 2 Black Ark Corsairs, Witch Elves, front line of Dread Spears in this game. 4 Dark Riders, all with shields. 1 Canate Assassin, double Manticore, Marathi, and Cold One Knights. No Scourge Runners. This makes me a big upsetty spaghetti. Ungor Spearman Herds, Gore Herds, Ungor Spearman Herds, Gore Herd, Ungor Spearman Herds, Gore Herds. Mixed throughout the front line, we have Morgur the Shadowgave. On the other side, Senator Torox, both as Chaos Summons. Brashim Wilds, Traderkin, Bray Scream, and Devolve. Very nice. 1 Ungor Raider. And a bunch of Centaurs. Throwing axes. Are these great weapons or no? Normal. Then we have the Grog Hooves for regen. And a Jabberslaith. I think the lack of Scourge Runners is going to be a big problem for Maiden here. Scourge Runners are usually quite excellent in this matchup. I believe. But we'll see. I'm trying to think. I mean, with only 1 assassin and Marathi, he took Doom Bolt? No, it's the Wand of Kraton. Okay, I thought he took the spell, and I was very concerned. Black Ark Corsairs, Witch Elves. I mean, I feel like they're just going to get punked, but we'll see. We will see. I wonder what Maiden's going to do about Kite. Theoretically, the Groghoof boys could just run around, use all their throwing axes before they take the fight. Because there's nothing related to stop them from doing that. Ungor Raiders, too, could shoot and move, but that might just be too annoying. Might not be worth Palpatine's time. Hazel's here bothering Ed. That's exciting, because all of these wires around are a good time for animals to fight. Good job, animals. Oh, boy. Alright, Dark Elves line up. They're ready to scrap. They're ready to do this. Doombolt comes in, but the Centaurs move, and it doesn't do too much damage. Alright, Dread Spears fighting up against Gore Herds. Jabberslaith jumping straight in, doing so much damage to Helibroni. What the fuck was that? That is the second most upsetting thing I've seen in my entire life. That was so much damage. Black Ark Corsairs are also getting absolutely punked down. Manticores and Marathi are trying to go after the Jabberslaith, but now they're caught up in Razorgore Herds. They're not going to be able to push through there very well. They're going to take a decent amount of damage. Razorgores have good armor-piercing values. These Cold Knights in the back do need to get involved. So do these Dark Riders. They're getting caught up on spears a little bit. 1 Soul Stealer is coming in. It also looks like a Traderkin is going to happen at the same time. And it doesn't quite catch those Cold Knights, so that is very lucky for the Dark Elves. They are already losing 1 Manticore who ran off and got rampaged into Morgur and the Bray Shaman. Witch Elves are fighting some Ungor Spearman Herds. And kind of losing that fight. which is not ideal. But I'm sure they'll turn it around in a little bit. Feral Manticore is rampaging into a Chaos Spawn summon. Marathi's going to get back up in the sky. Dark Elves are very far behind at this point already. And that is going to be a very quick GG. Scourge Runners! Scourge Runners! Scourge Runners! Scourge Runners! Scourge Runner! Scourge Runner! Scourge Runner! Scourge Runner! I cannot emphasize that enough. Taking the melee fight with the Beastman is just not... That's not a tenable thing, in my opinion. It's just not going to win you the game. Because they're too good at it. Look at them go! Alright, that's GG. I mean, technically the game's still going, but the bounce power is very far against the Dark Elves at this point. We have another Soul Stealer coming in from Marathi. But it's not going to be enough to turn what's happening here on its head. Both Manticores are dead. Dark Riders are running away. Everything's running away. Canadian Assassin's at like 1/3 health. Is that another Traderkin? Traderkin! Didn't quite hit these Cold One Knights. I don't think Traderkin does a lot of damage to single entities, does it? Like, I know it does a lot against cavalry. So probably just want to target the Cold One Knights with it. But I don't think it matters too much at this point in the game. Jabberslythe coming back in. Big old pile in, coming in for Marathi, trying to make sure she never comes back. The Dark Elves are rallying some support on the left flank from our current point of view, but I don't think it's going to be enough. One Black Ark Corsair does not an army make. Marathi's fighting some Chaos Spawn summons. Jabberslythe's very, very healthy. He can Mortis Engine down a lot of things if their leadership gets low. He's not a bad melee combatant either against single targets. Marathi is currently getting surrounded by a Chaos Spawn summon. And if she's anything like Skaven, she's going to take a lot of damage here. Looks like her last Soul Stealer's coming. And she does get a nice Soul Stealer off. I mean, it hits a lot of things. She is going to regen up. But one of those things it's hitting is a summon. Morgar will just regen up. Ungor Raiders are going to get rear charged by Witch Elves and Dark Riders, but they will in turn get charged by Centaurs. Jabberslythe is running around the backfield. Cold One Knights are fighting against Spearmen, but it looks like they all died. That or their unit card just went somewhere very, very far away. Marathi's still fighting. Very low on health now. Chaos Spawn do a number on her. And Morgar as well is fighting. And that's it. That's it. Scourge Runner scumming is cool, kids. Do it. Do it. If you didn't have Butchers, Razors, Ungor Raiders, and Centaurs with throwing axes, Morgar in the matchup, yeah. That's true. Like, you may have a very different build than what I see frequently bird. Yeah, Dark Elf roster struggled except for Marathi. For the Beastmen, very good value on a lot of their stuff. It's very spread out, just everything doing really well. Jabberslythe did well. A lot of Jabberslythe today. GG, well played. Rampaged into Razor Gores and Jabber. I must go. GG, well played. Throw in the smiley face and then leave this lobby. Custom battle. It's the usual Beastman build I see into Dark Elves that struggles so much against what I was mentioning was Torux, Bray Shaman of Wilds, and then any combination of Razor Gores, Manticores, Chaos Spawn, Minotaurs, that sort of thing. And then usually like 1 or 2 throwing axes, but not a lot. Mostly just regular Centaurs. And then as they charge in, they just get fucked. What could beat it if you guessed the build correctly would probably be like 4 throwing axes, 2 Ungor Raiders. Torux to still keep them honest, because if you go too ranged focus, they can just charge you. It's like Torux to make sure they can't just charge you. Bray Shaman of Wilds with Traderkin. Basic Spear Chaff. Centaurs, pigs. Like, I think they can win it. It's just tough. I don't know. I still think Dark Elves are favored in that one. Morgar's certainly very good. Torque's good. Yeah, I know your name had jabbers in it, you jabber. But Palpatine is our winner today. Big ups to him. Congratulations, my dudes. And I will get a dwarf interview stream going very soon. I'm going to grab some food, make sure Hazel's okay, get both my guests ready to go. We're going to do this shit. Goodbye.